A nation is facing total collapse, but the person who steps up isn't a king or a general, it's a woman sitting under a palm tree. What can her story teach us about leading with calm authority when everything is falling apart? Welcome to the Scripture Analyst, where we analyze biblical figures like modern strategists. Today, we're looking at Deborah, one of history's most fascinating leaders, and how her quiet strength turned the tide of a war. First, let's set the scene. We're in ancient Israel around 1100 BCE. For 20 years, the Israelites have been brutally oppressed by King Jabin of Canaan and his commander, Sisera, who commanded an army of 900 iron chariots. To put that in perspective, iron chariots were the advanced military tech of the day, like having an air force when your enemy only has infantry. The Israelites were demoralized, disarmed, and hiding in the hills. Their society was completely fractured. This is where Deborah enters. She wasn't royalty or a military leader. She was a prophetess and a judge, known for settling disputes for anyone who came to her. She operated from a place of wisdom, not force. Her authority wasn't demanded, it was earned. So, how did a judge with no army defeat a military superpower? Let's break down 3 key decisions she made. Decision number 1. She clarified the mission with absolute certainty. Deborah didn't start by rallying troops or giving a fiery speech. Her first move was a direct and private conversation. She summoned a man named Barak and delivered a clear, unambiguous command. The Lord, the God of Israel, commands you, go, take with you 10,000 men, and I will lead Sisera, the commander of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his troops to the Kishon River, and give him into your hands. The strategy here is brilliant. She wasn't presenting an idea for debate. She was relaying a directive from a higher authority. She removed all ambiguity. The goal, the location, and the outcome were all spelled out. This is the essence of calm authority. It doesn't rely on hype or emotion. It relies on clarity and conviction. By stating the plan so plainly, she transferred her certainty to Barak. The modern application is this: when leading through a crisis, your team doesn't need hype. They need clarity. Vague goals create anxiety. A clear, well-defined mission, even if it's daunting, gives people a solid path to follow. Be the source of clarity, not noise. Decision number 2. She managed her team's fear by sharing the risk. Barak's response to this command is telling. He was afraid. He told Deborah, "If you go with me, I'll go. But if you don't go with me, I won't go." He was essentially saying, "I don't have the confidence to do this alone. I need your presence." A weak leader might have shamed him or found someone else. But Deborah's response is a masterclass in leadership. She didn't question his courage. Instead, she agreed to go, but with a condition. She said, "Certainly I will go with you. But because of the course you are taking, the honor will not be yours, for the Lord will deliver Sisera into the hands of a woman." Her strategy here was to meet her team where they were. She recognized Barak's fear and provided the support he needed. By agreeing to go with him to the battlefield, she physically shared the risk. She wasn't just a strategist in a safe place. She became a partner on the front line. However, she also held him accountable by clarifying the consequence of his hesitation. The glory would go elsewhere. This balanced empathy with accountability. The modern takeaway is powerful. Great leaders don't just delegate risk, they share it. When your team is scared, your presence matters. Show them you're in it with them. It builds trust faster than anything else. But at the same time, be honest about the consequences of their choices. Support them, but don't shield them from reality. Decision number 3. She chose the right moment to act. So, Deborah and Barak gather 10,000 men on Mount Tabor. Below them, in the valley, is Sisera's army with his 900 iron chariots. On open, flat ground, the Israelite foot soldiers would be annihilated. They were at a massive tactical disadvantage. Any sane general would have told them to stay on the high ground, but Deborah waited. She didn't rush. She waited for the perfect moment. Then, She gave the command, "Go. This is the day the Lord has given Sisera into your hands." What happened next was extraordinary. A sudden, massive rainstorm flooded the Kishon River, turning the valley into a sea of mud. Sisera's iron chariots, his greatest strength, became his biggest weakness. They were stuck, useless. The Israelite army charged down the mountain and routed Sisera's forces completely. Deborah's strategy was patience and timing. She had the wisdom to understand that victory wasn't just about manpower. It was about choosing the right moment to strike. Her calm wasn't passivity. It was strategic waiting. She trusted that the conditions would turn in her favor, and when they did, she acted decisively. The application for us is crucial. In any project or crisis, there are moments to wait and moments to act. Rushing into action with a poor strategy is just as bad as not acting at all. Calm authority means having the discipline to assess the environment, wait for the right opportunity, the rainstorm, and then commit with everything you have. Don't confuse movement with progress. So what's the one big takeaway from Deborah's story? Calm authority doesn't come from a title, a loud voice, or a powerful position. It comes from clarity, shared commitment, and strategic patience. Deborah wasn't a warrior. She was a judge who led from a place of deep conviction. She showed that true leadership isn't about being the strongest person in the room. It's about making everyone else stronger. So the next time you're facing an overwhelming challenge, don't just think about what to do. Think like Deborah. How can you bring clarity to the mission? How can you share the risk with your team? And when is the perfect moment to act? Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and see you next time.